Are you tired of having to untangle your headphones every time you want to listen to music? Do you hate trying to use your phone while your headphones are wrapped around it? Then do we have some news for you? Introducing the new Just In Case to fill all of your vacation needs.
Hi there, I'm Grant.
I'm Gracie.
I'm Mekensie.
And my name is Surya. We are all engineering students here at North Carolina State University, and we are the inventors of the Just In Case.
Recently, we took our product to FEDD, Freshman Engineering Design Day, and today we want to talk to you about the work that we did to produce the Just In Case from start to finish.
The basic steps that we followed to produce our case were those of the engineering design process. These steps are ask, imagine, plan, create, and improve. The first question we asked ourselves were, when we go on vacation, what issues do we face?
Then we imagined, what would a solution to this look like? A headphone case! So then we decided to use Tinkercad and a Lulzbot 3D printer with red filament, because go pack, to print our case. The printer brought our case to life. And then we improved through several iterations till we were ready to present our final product.
So as with every design process, there were some bumps in the road. So as you can see based on the diagram here, we went through several iterations before we got to our final case. So our first idea was to put a wallet along with the headphone clips on the phone. However, this is our first prototype, and as you can see, the weight of the clips was too much for the structure to hold, and so we actually couldn't fit any cards in the wallet, as well as the fact that our clips were a little bit too small, so we couldn't wrap the headphones around them. So then we decided to get rid of the wallet and just focus on making our headphone clips the best that they could be. So our next case, we added the state symbol, Go Pack, and we also added the circular headphone clips because when you wrap something around, it wraps in a circle. And so this next one, as you can see up here, we had an issue with button placement. So it actually, the way that we cut our slots for the buttons didn't line up with the correct placement on the actual phone. So that was a bit of an issue because it caused the phone not to fit in the case. So the next thing that we did is we went back and we replaced the buttons. And so then we came up with our third prototype right here, which has the perfect button placement, and it has these circular clips. However, we did have a problem with the support structure as the inside is scraped out. And so what we did is we did a better support structure as is shown here. And so this is the support structure that is printed when you when you design your print. You can set those kind of support structures to make it better. And so our last one, when we reprinted case 3, we actually had an issue with the fact that the clips were a little too thin. And so what we did is we printed this very last one, we made the clips a little bit thicker, and this is our final product.
At FEDD, we did spectacular. We scored second place out of 19 competitors. We scored a 94.5 out of 100, which is 1 point lower than the first place, which is 95.5 out of 100.
While we are very proud of our success at FEDD, there's always room for improvement. One of those ways that we could improve our case would be to make it retractable. At FEDD, many people came to our presentation space and told us that they would love it if it was kind of like a pop socket and it was retractable, and we thought that was a great idea. So if we were to do it again, we might consider making it a retractable case.
Something that I think I would do differently than if I had to go through FEDD again was definitely to consider the other possibilities of products that we can make, and especially considering the fact that there were so many other competitors. There were actually a lot of other groups that did phone cases, which is something that we didn't think about. So that made our competition even tougher than before.
If we could do it over again, I think I would spend more time brainstorming so we wouldn't waste as much time figuring out what we would make. We would spend more time actually figuring out what to do with the case rather than what we should make.
If we had another chance to do this again, I think that we should get some more. We would spend some more time working on the design. The design is the absolute critical part, and we spend a good good amount of time on it, but if we had some more time, we could have worked out some of the kinks that people approached us at FEDD.
If we were doing FEDD again, some advice that I would have liked to have would be to go to a makerspace orientation early. For us, it was kind of an issue, well, especially me, later, as the orientations for the makerspace were always during my classes and I wasn't able to go because I would have to miss class. So I would recommend doing the makerspace orientation early, maybe if they have a Saturday one, find some time to do that.
My advice for next year's freshmen would definitely be not to be afraid of making multiple prints. I know when we made our first print, we were really hoping that it would be perfect and we wouldn't have to worry about anything else, and I think that that's something that going through and designing a product for the first time, you don't think about how many times you're going to have to make something over, but that's the most important part of designing a product is the improvement. And so I would definitely say just don't be afraid to make as many iterations as you need to make your product final.
One thing I would definitely recommend you doing is to get to know your teammates early and don't waste time getting started. One of the most important things is those first few weeks when you're planning out your project, and you really need to take time and utilize those few weeks because it could catch up to you.
One key piece of advice that I would give to next year's freshmen is to make sure to finish your final prints sooner rather than later. I know that a couple of us group members spent a lot of time in the Makerspace lab just getting some prints to work, and the truth is some of those prints might not actually work out. They might print badly. So definitely you want to finish it really soon, so if there is an error, you have a lot of time to improve and get your final prints done.
Thank you so much for your time. We're so excited for the future of our product and are proud of the work that we have put into making it what it is today. Thanks again, and always remember the just in case, the best way for your headphones to stay.